Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to an in-depth on Call of Duty in general. Today we're going to be comparing the time to kill in two games, Ghost and Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 has already passed the end of its lifespan, Ghost is nearing to the end, and we're looking forward to Advanced Warfare, but the question that I get in my inbox more than almost anything these days is which I thought was a better game, if I thought Ghost was better than Black Ops 2 or vice versa, or a lot of questions about time to kill. Why is it we die so fast in Call of Duty Ghost? That seems to be the prevailing thought in the community, and that Call of Duty Ghost, we die very, very fast, and I'm going to compare it to Black Ops 2, pull some numbers, and try and get some explanations for you today. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is me using the MTAR with a stock and silencer, no quick draw grip. I usually go for that, but I'm trying to play without one of my crutches here. I come close to getting a swarm. I think I get a VSAT, but I don't really achieve. I'm happy with my gameplay, but I really would have been happier with a swarm. But let's jump right into the stats, because I know that's what you came here to see. You'll find a link down in the description both to the paste bin of my work and two links to Marvel 4's big stat sheet if you want to do your own and work on anything. So I compared the average assault rifle time to kill in Call of Duty and Black Ops 2. I peeled out the marksman rifles, some of the burst fire weapons, and I just went with the 6 most popular assault rifles, which is most of them aside from the quirkier ones from both Ghost and Black Ops 2. And what I found is that the assault rifles in Ghost kill in 161 milliseconds, and in Black Ops 2 they kill in 181 milliseconds. These are slightly rounded, but I assumed that they would be a little bit higher than this, but no, they were actually pretty close. The difference there is just barely more than one frame. One frame is approximately 16 milliseconds, so there's very little difference between these two. There's another little statistic that I call base time to kill, or it's essentially time to kill including the time to ADS. Like if two people turn the corner at the same time, they see each other and they both aim down sights. You include that time to react and aim down sights, and you'll find that Ghost actually has a slower time to kill than Black Ops 2 by about 30 milliseconds, which is approximately 2 frames, just a smidge less than 2 frames, but it's a very small amount of time. But it was surprising to see Ghost have a slower time to kill when I feel like I get melted in that game all the time, yet I don't feel like I'm getting melted in Black Ops 2, and that's going to be the story of all these stats, but trust me, we're going somewhere with it today. Comparing submachine guns, we find actually a pretty big difference. Ghost kills in about 138 milliseconds, Black Ops 2 is 181 milliseconds, and I say that's a big difference because it looks like a huge difference. That's 44 milliseconds, usually less than your latency, considerably less than almost everybody's reaction time, and approximately 3 frames out of your 60 per second. So while there is a bigger difference there, it's not a huge difference, and like I was saying before, these differences aren't very big in time to kill, and if I compare light machine guns and snipers, it's a pretty similar story across the board, and that Ghosts in Black Ops 2 actually have fairly similar time to kills. I'm going to say that Black Ops 2 might average on the slower side because some of their LMGs shoot slower and some of their SMGs shoot slower, but the difference is not huge between these two. Matter of fact, in most cases the difference is less than that of most players' reaction time or the latency in the game, which means on average they shouldn't be a factor at all. Like on the grand average of people, higher, lower, faster, slower, whatever, it should pretty much all smooth out and not make a difference, yet clearly there is a difference between these two games. Unfortunately, I don't have a perfect answer for you as to why this is the case, as to why the hard-coded numbers indicate one thing, yet the game performance is something very different. I have some hunches and some things that I'm going to mention here, but these are by no means hard factual things. They're just my best educated guesses. It is entirely possible that Black Ops 2 has a worse or slower hit registration system. This, I believe, is the most likely thing. If you think about how bad the hitboxes were in Black Ops 1 and how they work in Black Ops 2, there definitely is, I believe, a lesser hit registration system in Black Ops than compared to Ghost. One of the more common things you'll hear in Black Ops is, he's eating my bullets. They're eating my bullets like Skittles, my first 3 shots didn't count. Something is going wrong here, and I believe it's the hit registration system. If the hit registration is worse, like you're missing shots that you should be hitting, or if for whatever reason it works on a slower timing than Ghost, that can increase the effective time to kill, and that'll really change how it feels online. You'll feel like you have more gunfights, you'll feel like they last longer, and you'll probably also feel like you miss more. And in my personal experience playing and comparing LAN to here, and I mean online, not here, and other things, I really feel like this is probably the difference. I feel like Ghost made their hit registration system maybe too good, and it ended up being a detriment because everybody was getting melted. It's also possible that Ghost has a different style of lag compensation, which for whatever reason loads the damage on the player faster, or it doesn't load your damage, or it doesn't load the flinches, or there's no lag compensation is incredibly complicated. There's like 100 different things that lag compensation does, and for whatever reason it could just be different in Ghost, and one of the side effects of one of those 100 things could be that it causes you to get melted, but at the end of the day that's definitely the feel on it. And it's also possible that we as gamers are more sensitive to small changes than anyone expected. It's possible that because Ghost kills a little bit faster on average, they never really thought it would be a problem, because if you don't remember, in Black Ops 2 people actually complained about the slow times to kill and they wanted fast ones like Modern Warfare 2 or whatever, so they decided to give them that. Maybe we were more sensitive to those 2 and 3 frames than anybody suspects. I really don't suspect that most people would notice, but maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe we are noticing those small differences, and for whatever reasons that it really does kind of add up or pile up, and we do die faster. And the last one I'm going to throw at you is a little bit of a weird one here. We know, because I've done it on in depth like a million times, that frame rate is tied to your rate of fire. When you do weird things to your frame rate, your rate of fire changes. And also because of rounding, there are certain safe numbers or happy numbers that make guns shoot very consistently, and other guns shoot very inconsistently if they're outside those bounds. Black Ops 2 has pretty much every single gun in the entire game shooting at a safe number, so it does the same thing consistently. Ghost seems as if it were made not regarding the frame rounding and rate of fire whatsoever, so it'll shoot on average at that rate of fire, but what it's actually going to do is slightly ramp up and down in RPMs, kind of between frames, and do some weird rounding things. And if you get on the butt end of that, the gun could theoretically shoot faster in one situation than the other. Now this is a minute change. I'm talking about small things here, not huge ones, and it could feel really, really different, but that's just a sneaking suspicion of mine. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful, and I hope you learned that hard numbers on the stats about time to kill aren't the entire story, that the netcode is very important too. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.